You are listening to The Ben Keech Show, where every day the objective is simple. Ben will never stop fighting the fight and lighting the light on topics that affect you every day.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are finding time to tune in. Maybe you're driving, maybe you're working out, but I thank you for listening. We're moving on to episode 12, so this thing just kind of keeps chugging along. And just kind of a reminder, I still meet and talk to people. How do I hear you? How do I listen to you? I've tried to make it simple in the sense that I just called the show my name. And so literally you can search my name, whether it's Spotify or Apple. And then if you download it or subscribe, and then you'll get notifications every time you come back. My dad said something funny the other day. I took his phone. I was like, Dad, you need to subscribe. He's like, that's not going to charge me money, is it? I was like, no. This isn't like subscribing to, Sports Illustrated or something. It just lets you know that, hey, it's Ben's out there again. So if you do that sort of thing, it'll be helpful to you in terms of just kind of keeping up with these weekly shows, and even just putting that out there, because some people, I was waiting for you to text me the episode. I was like, cool. I don't know if I can always remember to do that. So I release an episode once a week. Normally it's on Fridays. Can be on Saturdays, but that's kind of the schedule. And that's a schedule that I'm committing to, one a week, boom, whatever. So today we're on episode 12. So this has been a 12-week journey. If you're keeping track of the math at home, that's kind of where we're at. The topic for today is what's wrong with our motivation. What's wrong with our motivation? Before I get into the nitty-gritty of all of this, I will say, for those of you that don't know, not only am I wanting to have a part of my career be podcasting, I also want to become a public speaker. I love the stage, and I love, I guess, a microphone and being able to reach and connect with people all over the world. That's really what I want to do. I want to travel, I want to meet people, and I want to do that in a lot of different ways. One is podcasting, two is speaking, and even just the fact that I've had a podcast has opened up relationships with people that I never would have had I not done this. So it's super cool to me. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. And motivation, when you think about, 300 people from a company and me having a conversation with these employees, that's where I kind of wrap my mind around a little bit. Why are your employees, how can we get more out of your employees? What makes them tick? And that's a little bit of the focus today, but I'm not going to get directly into that because this is the podcast episode, and this is just more, it's a little different format than some of the specifics that I would do on stage. But I wanted to let you guys know, for those of you who are listening to me each week, that is definitely something that I'm pushing forward. Okay, so let's talk about motivation. We see people that are, well, that's a really motivated person. Or we also know that motivation is never consistent with one person on the face of this earth. Now, for all you unmotivated people up there, you probably like that line. See, I can continue to be a slacker and play video games all day and my life is just fine. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, let's look at working out. Do you think that every single person who works out wakes up and is excited to do that every day? No. There's days they want to skip. There's nights they stay up too late. They don't want to wake up the next day. Well, if they're really motivated, it's not necessarily about that. Some days we don't feel motivated. What it means is a motivated person. What does a motivated person have that an unmotivated person doesn't have? A motivated person has goals, short-term, long-term. They know where they are going. Let me kind of give you a visual to help you kind of get in my head of what I'm looking at. Let's say, for instance, let's take a big beach with white, soft, fluffy sand, without rocks or glass. And it's smooth, okay? And you're at one side. And the other side is at the other side that you can see off yonder in the distance, you see your goal, what you want to accomplish, whatever that may be, okay? And you're going to embark on this journey to get there. Well, logically, we all know that if I want to reach that goal and I'm here, I need to walk in a straight line towards that goal. And when I'm halfway there, I can look back and see there's footprints. I see exactly where I've been, and I also see exactly where I'm going. And I'm focused in that way. How do I need to get to the next step? If we take the visual away for a second with the beach and sand and all that kind of fun stuff, which I wish I was at a beach right now, that wouldn't be a half bad idea. I haven't been to a beach in a while. Anyway, back to the podcast. If I know where I'm going, then I'm going to orchestrate my life around this path. And I need to always, always, always be taking forward steps. What happens sometimes is we don't take the right path to get to our goal. We go off left, we go off right, we go backwards, we fall down and take a nap we don't move. We get stuck in our own head, our own life, our own dilemmas. And what a motivated person does, and what I'm going to say is someone who knows where they're going and takes positive steps. They just always keep moving. Let me give you a personal example about this as well. When I had the thoughts and the ideas of wanting to start a podcast and become a public speaker, it was a little bit, I've been running a lawn business. I've been a teacher. I've coached thousands of kids in basketball and baseball and other sports, but mostly those two. I didn't know how am I going to pull this off? There's things I'm smart in. There's things I'm not smart in. I don't know. I get a little overwhelmed by certain things, and especially if I don't really know. But I just knew I wanted to do it. And it was really nice when I kind of first told my kids about it. They got me a podcast book. It looks like this, a podcast book for Christmas, and a book about, how to do a successful podcast, which of course I read. And I just knew I had to keep moving forward. And sometimes it was difficult. And sometimes, when we're trying to move forward and it seems like that goal is so far away, all of a sudden we're not walking in sand anymore. We're walking in quicksand. I'm not going anywhere, but we are. You just have to keep going. But it doesn't seem like I'm getting closer, because it seems like I thought the goal was here, but now it seems like it's way over here. Keep moving forward. Don't get stuck in where you want to be tomorrow. Don't get stuck in what you think you should have accomplished by now. Just keep going. Find a little thing to do today and tomorrow and the next day. It's just like working out. I want to look like this. I need to lose this weight. I want to be stronger, more fit. Look at myself in the mirror. I don't want to look like that. Keep moving forward. It's not so much that the most motivated people win the day. It's the people that know where they're going and keep going that win the day. And you may say, well, Ben, that just means they're motivated. No, it means they have clear ideas of what they're doing. Motivation is not a stagnant thing. Motivation is not a consistent thing. That's why gym memberships are so high in January, because everybody's motivated. And then what happened? Where did it all go? It's because they have no vision. They don't care enough about, you want to get here, this is what you have to do. Then do 10 push-ups. Do 10 push-ups every day. Do something. So you have to ask yourself, what do you want? And we know that if you can define that, okay, how are you going to get there? Maybe it's financially, maybe it's work, maybe it's even in relationships. What are the obstacles next? What are the obstacles that are going to get in your way? And how are you going to respond to those obstacles? Because obstacles become excuses. Oh, this probably sounds bad or whatever, but it's like the employee. Oh yeah, I don't feel good today. I have the sniffles. You have what? You have a cold? Is that a thing? That means you don't go to work? What the heck? Suck it up. Get to work. Like, quit making excuses. Think of all the weak excuses that people give sometimes. I know, I've given them too. I'm not saying I'm better or different than anybody, but quit. Just stop it. These sorts of things that we try to, think of it, another example. Oh, I couldn't do this for my kid because I just was having a bad day. Stop it. You will always have excuses or reasons not to do what you should be doing. You talk yourself out of, you see the path. Go back to the beach. You're taking those steps. It's looking good. You see where you want to be. But now you're going to fall down and take a nap because, the tide came in and emptied my steps. Now I don't, what have I really accomplished? What am I really doing? And just stop. You know what you want to do. You know where you want to go. Let's say that you wanted to start a business. Let's say you wanted to start a bakery and you can make the best muffins this side of the Mississippi. Okay, cool. What's your step? You can get very I need a storefront and I need this and what about this? And just no. What's your next step? What's the name of your business? Okay, I can do that. Name of business. Got it. Oh, but oh my gosh, how am I going to make all this stuff? And it's going to, whoa, set up an Instagram page. Okay. Now you look like a real business, even if you're not. Okay. Find 10 friends. Follow me on Instagram. Okay, I can do that. Next thing you know, guess what? You have a business. You're making little steps. You're not getting lost in all your little excuse world of why you can't do something. Make steps forward. Little baby steps, big steps. Go straight. Don't go this way. Go straight. And just stay consistent with that. Otherwise, when I look at your goal and the way you're describing your goal, you're going to describe for me your goal on day one as, oh my goodness, this dream I have and this thing I always wanted to do. Or maybe it's you want to make the high school basketball team. Or maybe it's you want to, I want to read my Bible more often. Or maybe it's I'm going to be the husband that my wife deserves. That's your goal? That's what you're looking at? Then do stuff about it every day. Well, I can't really be this great of a husband because she's super annoying. She always is negative, and I don't even know if I really like her much today. What's your goal? It doesn't matter about her behavior. What matters is your behavior and your actions. You do what you're supposed to do. Consistently. Religiously. Whatever that is. Now, there's times where we reevaluate our goal. I'm not for sure if that's... Sure, I do that all the time. So sometimes we need to go to a different beach, different footsteps, a different flag at the end, a different visual of the end. Okay, we're starting over. Here we go. But whatever it is, I am going to be consistent. What's wrong with our motivation? It's not necessarily about our motivation. I can't say magical things to make you... take the word motivation and break it down into two things. You have intrinsic motivation, you have extrinsic motivation. So intrinsic motivation is really cool because that's what's inside of you naturally. Let's say you love animals and you just naturally care for animals. So you may, out of the goodness of your heart, want to do certain things. Maybe you're adopting an animal or fostering an animal, a dog or something like that. Your love for animals and to make their lives better is just how you've been since you could ever remember. And so you don't need someone over your shoulder on that because you're naturally motivated. Do you know what you're naturally motivated to do? Do you know what comes now, where your passions lie, the way God made you and drove you and created you for these specific things? If you don't know, you need to figure it out. Do you know what your children's are? No, not what you want them to be. What drives your kids? Where is their heart lie? Have you had that conversation with them? Have you asked it to them? Because as a parent, you can really give them a vision and speak into their lives. We have to have these conversations. And this is how we empower our kids. I think everyone should know what comes natural to them in terms of their drive. Now, extrinsic motivation, that's important too. And there's not a good or a bad here. Extrinsic motivation is, I want to get an A on a test, so I'm going to study. I want to get a raise at work or a promotion at work, so I'm going to do well. In other words, I'm doing to get. Whereas the other one, I'm doing because it's inside of me. Some people, intrinsic and extrinsic, can be really close together, and they can be. The bottom line is, if it's intrinsic, you know where you're going, you know what that flag looks like on the other side of the beach, because you know because you know where your passions are, where your heart lies. Extrinsically, I know where the flag is, and I'm going to get there, and these are the things I'm going to do this along the way, because when I get there, oh my goodness, I know what's waiting for me. Now, that could be a college scholarship. That may be the relationship of your dreams. That may be whatever. I am moving in that direction. And that's what I wanted to talk to you folks, you kind folk, you super motivated folks out there in the whole internet world about, is your motivation. Where are you going? And I hope you're going somewhere, and I hope you're going in a straight line. And I hope you're not sleeping on the beach and forgot all about it, and you're not letting the overwhelming parts of life have you stuck in that quicksand. Okay, let's go to the song and the parenting advice. I'm going to do the parenting advice first today. The parenting advice, because I really actually like the song that I chose today, and it'll probably surprise a few of you out there. The parenting advice is, don't tell your kids what their goals are. Don't be a helicopter parent when it comes to your parents and their goals. This is where you sit back and you just keep asking questions. So, hey, Sally, you want to play soccer this year? Let's say Sally's 10. How come you want to play soccer this year? Oh, I just love the sport. I want to be with my best friends. Great. You seem like you're kind of scared of the ball. I'm not saying you say this. Sally's kind of scared of the ball. You probably know soccer is not going to be her lifelong thing. She's doing it for friends. Great. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. But now your child starts, showing more interest and expressing, why do you like it? Well, what do you want to do to get better? What do you think needs to happen? What decisions can you make to achieve some of those goals? Just keep asking your kid questions, and don't tell them what their goals should be. Don't tell them what they need to do. Let them answer it. Just keep asking the questions. What do you want to do? What are you going to do? How do you need to arrange your life to do those things? And then, do you want me to hold you accountable on these things? Do you want to revisit this in a week and see how we're going? Just let them guide their own ship. Let them figure out what it takes to get this and what it takes to do this. Let them walk across the beach themselves. Just ask them, how are you going to do it? Do you know what to do? Do you need me for anything? Versus telling them. You don't want a top-down approach when it comes to your children's goals and what they decide to do with their lives. Okay, song today. It's a little going back to the 1980s. For some of you old heads like me, it's a band called Pet Shop Boys. And this will kind of be a funny song because you may say, what does this have to do with motivation? Okay. So the name of the song is Always on My Mind, again, by the Pet Shop Boys. And basically the kind of the gist of this song is about I'm just going to say it's a dude because it's a guy singing it. And this girl is always on his mind. But then the song, because that's the chorus, that's the name of the song, right? But the chorus not the chorus, I'm going to get all you music people are probably judging me right now, whatever. The other part of the song where they just write other words about it, whatever that means. it's saying all the ways that he fell short. He took her for granted. He did this. He didn't give her enough attention. He didn't give her enough time. But you are always on my mind, just so you know. But yeah, I pretty much screwed up in every area. But just so you know, at least I keep thinking about you. And he's kind of wondering in the song, is he going to get a second chance? Again, why this song for motivation? Because this whole idea, the name of the song is just a fat out lie. Always on my mind, as if that matters. No, your actions matter. I wasn't always on my mind. I was not your goal. Your goal was yourself. You were selfish consistently. And now you're telling me something that you think I want to hear, that you always thought about me. What does that even mean? Who even cares? So the whole premise of the song is based upon a weak man and his weak relationship stuff, but he wants another chance. So, hey, guess what? If you want another chance, you may want to own what you did and not just say, oh, but at least you're always on my mind. Such a cheesy way to go about it. But I just thought it was funny. And I do like the song. He just wants one more chance. I mean, sometimes we all want one more chance, right? Fine. Own what you did. Own your crooked, weak path to get to your goal with a woman that you love. Do something a little bit better or different than that. Anyway, that's my connection. Maybe a little loose, but at least it was fun for me. Folks, once again, thank you for tuning in to week 12. If you've missed a couple episodes, go back and listen. I mean, most of them are pretty good, I think. And again, keep doing me that favor of finding people in your life that you can say, hey, check this out. You may like it. He's a little weird. His voice sounds a little, it's kind of, I don't know how it actually happened. Kids used to think I smoked. I don't smoke. I don't know, whatever it is. Just check it out. Let me know what you think. I love the messages, the text, the different ways that you guys are letting me know how it's doing. I think there's a way, if you go to the website, you can even email me, whatever, however you want to. I love all comments. So thank you for listening. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Episode 13, I'm really looking forward to, because I'm going to kind of try to be a little more funny than I normally am. So we'll see if I pull that off. I don't know if I will or not, but I'm sure you'll let me know. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. See you later. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Let's keep the conversation going. You can reach out on Ben's website, www.benkeechshow.com, or on social media to chat. And please remember to subscribe so that you never miss an episode.